Boom! There it is, ladies and gents. Quick, short little Labor Day episode. Why? Because it's Labor Day and we got to celebrate all you people who are busting your butt every single day. So let's get this show on the road. If I can actually find my intro button because I wasn't ready for that, but here we go.
Shut up and sit down.
Look, a business can give you everything you want in life. Prestige, wealth, freedom. It can also take everything away from you. This show is for those who are willing to take that risk. These are the real life stories of entrepreneurs. But before we start, I have one small favor to ask. Please leave a comment. It can be advice, critiques, tips, feedback, or share this with someone because your engagement is the most valuable and most powerful form of social currency. So thank you, and welcome to another episode of Business Buzz! Yeah, all right, ladies and gents, it is 10:15 in the morning, and I had a good time last night. Yesterday, I should say. It's been hot here in San Diego. We spent a bunch of time in the pool, drank a little more than I probably should have. But hey, at the end of the day, we were having fun, and there were some questions that came up, which was, what is Labor Day? When did it become a holiday? And why can't you wear white after Labor Day? So I had to get scheduled, and see, on our show, we book out in advance. So I have to set up the show episodes and it'll mess up the number of episodes. So I got to make sure I hop on here. So I figured, you know what, let's just do a quick little Labor Day episode. Let's talk about what Labor Day actually is, because I know some of you had questions. And it's not like I knew the answer to this stuff. Like literally right before this show started, I hopped on Google and I looked it up. So I'm going to save you the time from looking it up on Google and I'm going to just share it with you. So let's start off. First of all, the president who signed the Labor Day holiday into law was Grover Cleveland. Back in 1984, June of 1984, signed it into law. It became a federal holiday. And it was organized because there were a lot of labor activists out there who needed a day. They were organizing to become unionized at that time. And so the American Organized Labor Movement pushed the agenda of having a Labor Day. And it technically, I guess, according to what I looked on Google, it kind of marks the end of summer, which I don't know how that parallels, because to me, it's been like the hottest time of summer right now. But it is what it is, right? The end of summer, mainly think about growing up. If for those of you who are like 40 and under, probably even 30 and under, you might have had a time where you are very depressed at this weekend because your summer has ended, school summer has ended, and you're about to go back to school. And you're kind of excited, you know, you're going to go back to school, but the summer, the 3 months that you had off, June, July, and August, you had a great time with your friends. If you guys want to know what that looks like, by the way, go watch Stranger Things. That's exactly what they go through. I mean, aside from all the upside down world stuff, but the way they feel towards the beginning and end of summer, that just happens to mark when Labor Day is. It's the end of summer. And so Grover Cleveland, I guess, gets pressured into doing this. Maybe he accepts it. I don't know. I wasn't there. Don't quite remember. And I didn't do that much research for this one. But he signs it into law June of 1984. And everybody gets happy, right? Labor Day. It's the day where people who go out and work, they bust their butt. People who are like building the homes and fixing your roofs and digging those holes, and people who are physically out there constructing. You got to realize 1894, right? Go look at pictures of what the world or the country looked like in 1894. This is the Industrial Revolution. Everybody is working with their hands at this point. We're building skyscrapers and paving roads and starting to build factories for cars and all kinds of other production things. We're moving away from horse and carriage and moving into the mechanical age, right? So a lot of people are just tired. They wanted this holiday to be able to kind of mark the end of summer and enjoy. So the question popped up, and I know that I told you it's going to be a short one, probably going to be like a 10-minute episode, maybe less. Why can't you wear white after Labor Day? I never really understood that one, but it had to do essentially with your class. You were either upper class or you were working class, right? And so you can't wear white on what happens in summer. I'll give you a perfect example. So there was a time where I started this small cleaning company because it was a necessity. Family needed some work, so started this cleaning company, and we started with H&R Block offices, and then we transitioned to vacation rentals in Mission Beach. And during the summer, we were really, really busy because all the vacation rentals in Mission Beach were completely packed. We'd turn them over like every couple days, every week or so. And we started to ask, where are these people coming from? The vacation people. And they were coming from other places. They were coming from hot Arizona or hot places in the country where they didn't want to have the humidity, and they wanted to come here to San Diego where, we complain about our hot 80, 85 degrees with no humidity. And so they would leave their homes. They could afford to leave their homes and vacation somewhere where the climate was much better. And that's really a separation of class, because even today, right, there are people who can take their family on vacation and afford to go get an Airbnb and vacation for a month in another country or in another spot. And so Labor Day was really one of those days where people who were just trying to get by, who were busting their butt every single day to put food on the table, to put a roof over their head, the working class, the blue collar people, they wanted a break, and that's where the holiday comes from. But people who were already in the upper class, they didn't have a need for a break, essentially, right? They were literally enjoying their time. If it got too hot, they would take their family on vacation somewhere where they didn't have to worry about the weather, or they didn't have to worry about certain things. And so if you were in the upper class, you could afford to dress nice on the day after, the day before, whatever type of situation. Whereas people who were laborers didn't have the luxury of wearing beautiful white linens or nice crisp clothes. And I'm assuming that's where it came from. That's basically what I read. That's where it comes from, right? If you could afford to get out of the city and go on vacation, wearing white signified that you were able to do that. It's kind of like royalty earlier on in the what era was that? I don't even know what to call it, but where they had kings and queens and that sort of stuff. The purple that you wore was a royalty color. Well, here in this situation, when you wear white after Labor Day, you're signifying that you are upper class, that you have financial status, and it separates you from the working class who was told, who couldn't really afford to wear crisp white. So you don't wear white after Labor Day because it's a separation of class. Can you believe that? It's still around, I guess, today, and we just look at it a little bit different, but that's where the white came from. Don't wear white after Labor Day unless you want to separate yourself from the haves and the have-nots. Luckily today, we don't really have to worry about that. You take your white linens, you put them in the hot water, you throw some bleach, you take them out, and boom, you're good to go. You can wear white all you want. That doesn't mean a thing anymore. But for those of you who are wondering, that's really what it comes down to. All right, ladies and gents, that's really all right. I'm just rambling here. Happy Labor Day. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your time off. Spend it with your family. Don't have too much time. Don't have too much fun. And like I tell my students, it's a 3-day weekend. Go out, be safe. If you're gonna do something bad, do it twice. We'll catch you guys again on the next one. Peace, and we're out.
It's over. Go home.
Is your business in need of marketing? Try starting a podcast, but not just any podcast. Podcast like a pro. We can show you how to take your business from being invisible to becoming a brand people trust. Go to www.businessbros.biz to get